Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you some different techniques to be able to decorate papers very easily from your home, and also for all sorts of projects, from card making, scrapbooking, junk journals. So I've got some 160-gram card here which I've cut. I've got some drawing ink which I have also decanted into a little dish here. And on this particular piece of card I've drawn my pattern using colored pencils, which we'll come to in a moment. And on the second piece of card here, I've drawn these designs using crayons. Now I've chosen my colors fairly carefully here because you don't want to have colors that are just going to look muddy when you've finished. So in order to make green, you need yellow and you need blue, and that will make green. So I've taken the two darker colors to draw my design, and the yellow, which will be the lightest of all the colors, I'm going to use as my background. So I've got a very nice flat brush here with soft bristles. These are Taklon bristles, and I'm working on a piece of glass because it's really nice and easy to wipe up. And I'm simply going to take my ink that I've got in my little container, and I'm going to brush this over my design. It will soak into the paper quite quickly, but as you can see, the actual crayon is resisting quite nicely, and so you're getting rather a nice contrast. And this leaves you the opportunity to be able to create all kinds of different designs with this. Fantastic way to keep children occupied as well during lockdown. I know many of you are in the northern hemisphere, and so you will be having cold, wet days, and it's not a lot of fun for little kids. So you could be creating cards for birthdays coming up. You could be creating wrapping papers, papers for covering your school books, all kinds of different things. And that's that. So now I'm going to set this one aside, and what I will do next is show you a different technique using the one that I did with the pencil crayons. I will take pictures and footage of the dried projects, and that will be on part of the video. So just wiping up the excess ink on my piece of glass here. It doesn't have to be all gone. And now I'm going to take just some water, which I have in a dish here, and I'm going to coat my paper with water. I've got a bit of ink on here, so that's why you're seeing the residue. You'll see that the paper starts to show up as being fairly translucent quite quickly, and that's just an indication that it is wet. If it's white, then you know you haven't covered it properly. And now I've got some of the same ink in a little spritz bottle, and all I'm going to do is just gently spritz some of this. Oh goodness me, this would happen, wouldn't it? Clogged nozzle. Oh goodness. Okay, plan B, I'm going to just take a different color. Not what I had in mind, but we don't want to get stuck here. So I've got a little bit of orange here, and I'm just going to spritz this over the top of this. Because the paper is wet, you'll find that the color will bleed a little bit, and obviously there's a bit of a clog in this nozzle too because it's going slightly skewed, but that's not too serious. And now I'm going to set these papers aside and let them dry. And once they dry, if you still wanted to continue working on them, you would be able to do so with all kinds of mediums, from stamping to be able to do another layer of drawing, either with the crayon or the wax crayons, or you could perhaps even just do something like layers of paint and things like that. So I will show you the finished product, and you can decide for yourself whether this will be a fun project. Bye for now.